Welcome to RV102 Preventive Maintenance, Lesson 2. Disclaimers. Standard disclaimer on all Amazon links. It helps support me continuing to author books and courses. You pay nothing extra by clicking on that affiliate link, but I do make a small commission on your purchase. Everything in here in this course was written by me. There is no artificial intelligence AI in this course. Any mistakes you find are truly mine and mine alone. Let's talk about batteries. Lesson 2.1, battery types. There's basically two types out there. Maintenance required, also known as wet cell or flooded batteries. And there's maintenance free, which consists of like your AGMs and your lithium. My motorhome engine battery requires maintenance. My house batteries do not. Let's take a look at each. There on the bottom left of the picture, as you see, is my engine battery. It's a wet cell. And on the one on the bottom right, I run two 12-volt AGM batteries in parallel. Service. The one on the left requires liquid maintenance. The ones on the right are maintenance free, which means we don't have to deal with checking acid, water, electrolyte level. We will need to do other checks, so let's talk about the one on the left. Wet cell battery maintenance. Lesson 2.2. You must check the electrolyte level of that battery, making sure to wear gloves and at a minimum safety goggles. Although a face shield is a better option. Items you should have: face shield or safety goggles, a battery hydrometer, a battery fill tube, distilled water, and rubber gloves. Lesson 2.3. Let's talk about the steps to check wet cell batteries. So put on your goggles, your face shield, and gloves. Always remember safety first. Remove all of the battery cell caps very carefully. Look into each cell to see the level of the electrolyte. If it is below the top of the cells, you will need to add distilled water using your battery fill tube. Replace the battery cell caps and fully charge the battery before testing the electrolyte. Stop here. Once the battery is charged, then you can continue with the next step. If all the cells look full, then proceed with your next steps. Insert the hydrometer tube into the cell, draw up enough electrolyte to marking that says full, making sure not to get any on you. We're talking about nasty battery acid here. It will burn your skin. Read the specific gravity of the electrolyte. Some meters show the specific gravity in addition to percent good of the battery. If yours does not, use the chart below. So looking at the charge level against specific gravity, 100% would be like 1.265. 75% would be 1.223. 50% would be 1.190. 25% would be 1.155. If it's anything at 1.120 or below, then that is considered a discharged battery. Make a note of the specific gravity of the cell. Squirt the contents back into the cell, making sure to not get any of it on you, because we already talked about this. It's nasty battery acid and will burn your skin. You do not want that. Make a note of the specific gravity of each cell, as they should be within 0.05 between each cell, also known as they should be close in readings. Once all done, replace all battery caps. Determine your next steps based on the readings. If all the cells specific gravity is in the 100% range and all within 0.05 of each other, your battery's good to go. If not, then the battery probably needs replaced. You could take it to an auto parts store. Most of them will check it for free based upon battery available amperage. Look for the video for this in the lesson notes. Lesson 2.4, maintenance for all types of batteries. Visual inspection. Secure. Make sure your batteries are secure in their location, whether it's in a compartment under a step, in a compartment on a movable shelf. Make sure it is tied down so it cannot move while you're driving your RV down the road, whether it's being towed or driving it. Corrosion. Is there corrosion on the wires or the battery poles? This could be due to electrolyte boiling in the battery. Be sure to check to make sure all the cells have water based on the service paragraph we talked about previously. If it is not a maintenance-free battery. Dirty battery contacts and wires cause a battery to discharge. Electrons can flow between the battery terminals. If you see what looks like white sand, that's an indicator that it needs cleaning. Cleaning should be done on two parts: the battery terminals using the battery terminal brush. You can also use baking soda and water to clean the battery terminals. Continuing on our visual inspection, loose wiring. Make sure all the connections are tight and there are no loose strands of copper wire sticking out of the battery terminal connection at the end of the battery wire. If they are, get them replaced or repaired. Check voltage using the voltmeter. If you don't have one that can do both alternating and direct current, then see online equipment list for one I recommend. You'll want to check the voltage on each battery. Below is a chart I use to see how charged each battery is, but after turning off a generator or removing from shore power, wait 30 minutes, then do the check. Setting your meter to DC, direct current, put the correct end of the probes into the respective red or black parts on the voltmeter, and using the red probe on the positive side and the black probe touching the negative pole. Safety first. Do not touch both positive and negative terminals with your bare hands. You will have people who will say, I do it all the time, I never get shocked. Why do you want to risk it? Some people have AFib with their heart. It would not take very many amps for them to go into cardiac arrest. What do you see on the pictures here on the left? Well, the top picture is what the battery voltage is while still connected to shore power. It's like 13.48. The bottom picture shows 0.67 volts in less than 1 minute from when the shore power was disconnected. So that battery is dead. It's definitely not one you want, and you want to get it replaced. This came out of an RV inspection I did, where I always check the batteries while it's on shore power so I know that the converter is working, and then we pull shore power off and then we check the battery again. I just happened to go back out and check it right away and went, wow, we dropped almost a full 13 volts. So that battery is like dead, and dead. Last but not least, 12 volt DC device test. At this point, you verified you probably have a good battery or you've replaced it. Now you should go through and check each of your 12 volt DC items. Lights, appliances, your refrigerator if you have one that needs battery power. For example, any of them that are not residential fridges, such as an RV absorption fridge which runs on 120 or propane, they all require 12 volt DC for its control board, as well as your 12 volt DC only refrigerators. Make sure everything is working as you would expect it to be.